Hey guys, thanks for subscribing to my channel. So as many of you know, I'm an American living here in Canada. And for this week's video, I thought it would be interesting to take you guys along a little journey with me as I travel from Canada to the United States. Now, normally it's not a very interesting subject. It's usually the most boring border in the world. But we are living in an era of coronavirus where things are a little different. So the US-Canadian border has actually been closed since March of last year. What that means is it's closed to all of those who are not traveling for an essential purpose. So truckers, healthcare workers, and so forth are able to travel between both country, and people who are citizens or residents of the other country and have an essential purpose to travel are able to gain entry into that country, so the US or Canada. So essentially it's closed to tourism. And that's a big deal because tourism really, is a very big source of income for both countries. And so it's definitely been economically challenging. It's been personally challenging for me as an American because my family can't come visit me. I know COVID has proved very difficult for all of us for various reasons. So it's definitely a hard time. But as a journalist, I think it's really important to document our stories, document our journeys that speak to the time that we're living in. And so in this week's video, I am going to take you guys with me from Montreal to upstate New York as I cross through the La Colle border. And, I think it's interesting here where we're going to really see a difference in the response of, the United States government versus the Canadian government in their COVID response. But there really is a stark contrast in how each country is handling the virus, from, mandating quarantine here in Canada when you return from the United States, comparing that to the United States where there is no mandatory federally regulated isolation order if you have been abroad. So I'm going to take you guys with me now as we travel from Montreal to upstate New York. Okay, so I'm finishing up packing as I'm about to meet my sister at the border. Oh, Chaton! Oh, you're photobombing the video, but you're such a cute little nugget. I'm just sorting out my paperwork. So I've got my trusty US passport, which should allow me entrance into the US because I'm a citizen. Now I have to sort out paperwork as well for when I come back to Canada. So it used to be like totally fine if you're a resident here to just bring a copy of your work permit, which I have, but because of the border closure, because of COVID, they're sometimes requiring more documentation for entry back here. So I have to have copies of like my bank statements, my lease and stuff like that, kind of like proving I live in Montreal. So all that should hopefully gain me re-entry when I come back. Okay, now for the fun part, to get Chaton in his cat pack. Oh, hello. Here we are, waiting for our taxi.
Are you going to New York?
I'm going to New York, yeah. So I just need to get dropped off at the border. Is this pretty common nowadays? Are you guys dropping people off at the border?
We go and we come back again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think this is happening more now because of the
COVID?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay. So I'm not the only person you've dropped off. Okay.
Route crosses through the United States of America. Verify COVID-19 border restrictions before going.
And so we can wait on the Canadian side. My sister can come in and, yeah, meet us there. Thanks. There's a sign for the Dawn. We're coming up. I think it's one. Is it this one? I think you go one up.
One way, though?
Yeah, you keep going straight.
You can't go there.
No, you're not going to go into the US. You keep going straight and then you can turn around. We have.
Okay.
Yeah. And then.
Okay, where are you going?
So I I think you can turn around. We're gonna have to go through Canadian border, but if you keep going straight, then you can take a left and you go back to Canada. Yeah, so we like won't go straight to the US because, you know, my sister will pick me up.
Okay, I think.
So see where it says C up ahead? Yeah, you take a left. Or, well, no, not here. No. All right, thank you, sir. Good boy, darling. Come on, Shatan. Right, sweetie. All right, so I'm walking up to Canadian border with the U.S. looking for my sister. Huh. So we're at the border. Lily got me. Here we go. Do you have your passport?
I do have my passport. It's in my lap with the paperwork.
Okay, amazing.
Hello.
Hello.
People?
Yes.
You live?
I live in Albany, New York.
Your car?
Yes, sir.
Where are you coming from now?
I'm coming from Albany, New York, picking up my sister who currently lives in Montreal.
Hi.
Are you going to school in Montreal?
I'm flattered you think I'm still in school, sir. No, I work up there, though. I do.
Okay. Yeah. Lily?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Pull your mask down, please. Lily. Thank you. Okay. Please. Your sisters?
We are.
What's your last name?
We I think we look alike.
How long you spent in Canada?
10 minutes.
10 minutes too long for her.
Anything you're bringing back with you?
Just my sister.
Just your sister? You stop anywhere, buy anything?
No, sir.
No, anybody give you anything to travel with?
No.
Know where I'm going next, right?
Sorry?
Know where I'm going next? Any dopus in the car?
No, sir.
No dopus? Alright.
No.
How much money you got?
Not under 10,000, I promise.
10,000? You promise?
Yes, sir.
Drop it back window, please.
Yes, sir.
That's a cat.
Okay, your kitty's back there. What's
Yeah.
your phone, please?
Yes, sir.
So the extraction plan was successful. My sister picked me up.
It's true.
Thank you very much, Lily, for coming all this way. 3 hours in a snowstorm from Albany.
You're welcome, Jay.
I have to say that the border experience at the U.S. was rather pleasant. That said, they did not ask any COVID questions.
It's true.
Not one. Every time you go into Canada, they ask you, how are you feeling? Do you have a temperature? They get your information and they mandate you quarantine, and you have to quarantine.